Pablo Tellez gets us started.
Side out.
Quick first volley from J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, I'd return every ball to him. Just see, are there nerves? Is he going to leave it up?
Second serve.
J.W. Johnson looking for a little redemption here today as well.
Pablo Tellez with the Ernie in his first final on the PPA Tour.
Welcome to Sunday, Pablo. That was nice. Great read of that and just effortlessly flying across the corner of the kitchen.
Second serve.
This is a group of players that know each other very well also. So the South Florida contingency,
Yes.
we've seen the Austin contingency. Really a couple of hotbeds for the pros here. Utah as well. We've seen some of those players today.
Right foot stepped on the line. Point.
Foot fault on J.W. Johnson.
Alan Roman all over it over there. Let's take a look.
I think it was on the landing, his heel.
Yep.
1-0-2. Point. 2-0-2. Let.
Let serve.
2-0-2. Side out.
Looks like Federico Staksrud is really going for a serve here, even in doubles, more so than what you might see from some of the others on court now.
Yeah, take that singles experience and confidence in making it and bring it over to doubles, get you an easier third.
Second serve.
Why not? Federico Staksrud has 2 silvers and a gold here on the PPA Tour
0-2-2.
in 2023, all in singles.
Point.
Dylan Frazier finds some open court.
Yeah, Tellez was certain this ball's going to come to his forehand, and it did not. Great little block from Frazier, the Missouri Tiger.
Oh. Side out.
Dylan Frazier calling that ball wide.
Yeah, there's just not much angle there to go that hard inside out from the kitchen line there and try and get depth because you just run out of geometry, Cam. Yeah, there's no debate about whether this ball was wide. Just getting the score right.
Two. Point. Three, two. Side out.
Staksrud and Tellez with the side out.
2-3-1.
Seems like Tellez from the beginnings of this match looking to just be a little bit more the resetter, dropping the ball in, letting his partner be the offensive one.
Yeah, be ready to counter. We did see one nice read on an Ernie, so he's certainly not playing nervous, which is good to see. Watch for Staksrud trying to attack, and J-Dub says, get that out of here.
3-2-1.
Well, the lob serve, he's been using it all week.
Second serve.
J-Dub with the first speed up.
Yeah, why lob serve? You make your opponent have to hit all the pace, and you can get a short return or even some mistakes because they're like, this is so slow. So J-Dub's tried that quite a bit this weekend.
I'll say anytime I see a lob serve, I'm not thrilled about it. Different arm angle, and it's a ball that you don't typically hit at any other point
4-2-2.
in a rally.
Side out.
Tellez is staying on the ball pretty long on some of those dinks.
2-4-1.
He's looked very, very, very comfortable for a first Sunday.
Second serve.
Ooh, that'll put a crick in your neck.
2-4-2. Side out.
Gotta watch out for Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, you don't want to challenge the hands, and if you challenge fast hands cross court, they're even faster because they get that extra second.
Point. Five, 2-1. Second serve.
J-Dub tries to speed it up with two hands and catches the tape here. And nice patience by Staksrud. Staksrud, when he's dinking cross court, it's fun to see his technique. The left hand just sits on his hip.
Point.
Watch that the next time he gets that. Just what do you do with that offhand? He chooses to just anchor it on his left leg.
Reminds me of AJ
6-2-2.
Kohler. 6-2 for Frazier and Johnson.
Side out.
Speaking of hands on hips,
2-6-1. Point.
nice read from Federico Staksrud covering middle there.
Yeah, that's your job as the left side player to look for anything cross court and close the middle. Does it perfectly there.
So what are some of the cues you're looking for maybe off the bounce, because that is so deceptive to cover middle?
Yeah, you got to read the paddle, number one, and you know a lot of people will telegraph like that a drive. Oh, what a get from Tellez, and that's in.
And Dylan Frazier looked for the Burt, but there's so much court still available to Staksrud.
So reading back to your question, reading where that paddle is, and then where are they rotating their hips to try and blast it? Do they do something on their dink that's just a little different? So you're really reading the paddle, and then obviously the ball height too. You're not going to be able to strike a ball that's too low that's going to hurt you.
Side out.
Tellez is not bringing that one back.
6-4.
6-4-1.
I was just impressed with the hops of Pablo Tellez in the middle of that one. He got some air.
Way up out of those Nikes were off the ground.
Second serve. Seven, 4-2.
Pablo Tellez right now doing a nice job dinking. He has such nice rhythm to some of these.
Yeah, and real long arms is doing a nice job of closing down the middle, reaching in with the left hand there.
Well, and it's interesting, too. You watch so many people dink, and a lot of times the take back is really quick, and then they slow down on contact. His is actually pretty smooth from taking it back to then actually contacting the ball.
Wow.
Second serve.
Just high enough, but not enough shape.
A little bit of a bait ball there. Like, ooh, this one looks juicy, but got to get up and through it and couldn't roll it. Got to hit up on the outside of the ball to make that. You can't just hit regular topspin. There's a nice shake and bake.
5-7. Staksrud and Tellez.
Argentina sets up Colombia.
5-7-2.
Staksrud played tennis in the United States, Tennessee Wesleyan, as well as the University of New Orleans.
Side out. Seven, 5-1. Point.
So 8-5 here.
8-5-1. Second serve.
Second serve for Frazier and Johnson here.
8-5-2.
This would be Dylan Frazier's first title on the PPA Tour in any
Side out.
discipline. I think that would come to surprise a few people.
Second serve. 5-8-2. Side out.
Much quieter match than what we've had. We've had the boisterous
8-5-1.
Julian Arnold, and then the ladies were all engaged in the women's doubles final.
Point.
There's a little bit for you. J.W. Johnson smiling here, 9-5.
9-5-1.
Seem like they're in complete control. Bye-bye ball for J.W. Johnson.
Everybody stopped because that one save, everybody thought that's got to go out, and it just curled in.
10-5.
Frazier and Johnson didn't even advance forward, but still able to win the rally.
So 10-5, Frazier and Johnson look like they are going steady. Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson looking very solid here, 10-5 over Staksrud and Tellez in game number 1. This will be played 3 out of 5, games to 11. Thanks for joining us here on the Carvana PPA Tour. We're right in the middle of Championship Sunday. Federico Staksrud telling Dylan Frazier, hey, stay to your line.
10-5-2. Side out. Five, 10-1. Second serve.
So frustrating, that ball hitting off the net.
Yeah, we saw some of Staksrud's singles prowess right there. He loves to chase when he gets the ball down and come flying in with the backhand, but the reply kisses off the tape.
Point.
And a point, 6-10 now. Pablo Tellez out of the University of West Florida.
6-10-2.
Mentioned from Argentina. Or excuse me, Colombia.
Side out. Ten, 6-1.
Tough to go at J.W. Johnson. Some of the fastest hands in pickleball, putting them on full display at game point.
Yeah, that's what he wants. Go for it, Pablo. I dare you. And
test me, please.
Yes. So the youngsters have looked good all weekend and take game one pretty comfortably there.
We will have a first-time winner on the Carvana PPA Tour after this men's pro doubles matchup. Pablo Tellez would have a shot at his first title, as well as Dylan Frazier on the opposing side. Cameron Irwin alongside Dave Fleming.
Game two,
Just finished up game number one. Staksrud and Tellez now look to make up the ground.
Side out.
Watching a lot of crazy attacks from that low below the net. You have to shape the ball so perfectly there. Just goes a little deep.
Point.
Oh, Pablo Tellez gets one off J.W. Johnson, who was reaching
1-0-1.
on the ball just prior.
Second serve.
I'm surprised J.W. Johnson didn't look across the net and say, hey, watch your line.
J-Dub is just going to walk back to his spot.
Side out.
Yeah, the one trash talk we got out of him was after he won the semifinal singles. He said, I want James Ignatowicz in the next one, and unfortunately for him, he got him this morning.
Second serve.
You hear Staksrud trying to get some energy going on his side.
Side out.
And there's the formula for Staksrud and Tellez. Played a little too fast in game number one, ran into the hands quite a bit. Slow this down. It's going to be a grind, but it's similar to the ladies' match earlier when they let Leah Jansen loose, and then Kovalova and Smith slowed everything down.
So maybe looking to counter more often than the actual speed up, unless they find a shot.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait for your chance, and then just know that we're gonna have long dink battles here.
It's gonna be hard to out-dink these two.
Side out.
Because if you lose your mind and step back and try and swat it through him, it's just not going to be a good idea. Look where that ball was struck from for Staksrud. Frazier's like, really?
0-1-1.
Oh, man, he's got Tellez on the ground.
Such a great effort, and the hands before that were phenomenal, but just couldn't get there. Elise Jones might have gone full Superwoman and dove forward. She's got a piece of the court to take home to Utah with her, and unfortunately scraped up in an unbelievable effort earlier today.
Second serve.
Wild to watch Dylan Frazier, even though he just misses that counter punch, but just the amount of pace you can have.
Point.
I'm curious, Dave, what you think about Pablo Tellez. We mentioned how smooth he kind of is right now in some of those dink rallies as that ball goes well into the air.
Point.
But there's also something to be said about that in terms of trying to get back and in posture for any speed up that's coming your direction. If you stay on the ball a second too long, creates some problems, right?
Yeah, your paddle's got to be up and ready. And if you extend through everything and it's pretty and it's a big tennis finish,
1-3-1.
this sport is so quick and the players are so good reading where you're at. Your ball is going to come back and you're not going to be ready. So he just has to be careful of, if you're going to leave that dink up at all, that paddle has got to come back to neutral.
Side out.
And J-Dub is going to just feast on anything. If their paddle is down, your paddle is up, and then go.
Miscommunication through the middle.
In the middle.
The Ernie from Staksrud. Now, as dangerous as the middle could be because you've got two forehands there, is there something to be said about miscommunication?
3-1-2.
Yeah, you would hope that they have that sorted out, but if it is literally a straight ball,
Point.
there is going to be, because they're both going to want to pounce on it. So again, that's why we have voices, and you've got to do it. And you know, they play a lot together, so I think they'll clean that up most of the time. You definitely want someone to be the alpha, which is usually Staksrud in this team, to go take that.
A nice move from Pablo Tellez, jumping back in, covering middle with that backhand.
1-4-1. Second serve.
And there's one of those where Tellez left it up, and this is just pounced on. Look at how
1-4-2.
compact that is. Just ouch.
Cannon fodder.
Side out.
Bad luck doesn't matter if you go in the kitchen there, Fed. It's already gone.
Four, 1-1. Point. Timeout receiving.
And a
team.
timeout
5-1-1.
quickly called. Again, it's just incredible because it feels like J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier have a good read on when to counterattack and when to counterattack with a little less pace and just putting that ball back down at the feet. We'll be back with more from Championship Court.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Vulcan Indoor National Championships presented by Lifetime. We are in Lakeville, Minnesota, just south of Minneapolis, and the youngsters look very good here on Championship Sunday. Up a game and up 4. Got a timeout from Pablo and Fed there.
5-1-2.
Looking to change the tide here are Tellez and Staksrud. A little bit of a stumble there for Staksrud.
Point.
So there are a couple different ways you might be able to change the tide, right? So you can get more aggressive, you can look for more speed ups, you can go almost a little bit reckless. We've seen that from time to time. Maybe it's a third shot drive or third shot drive and a fifth that comes crashing in. But then there's maybe just a level up in terms of execution.
Yes.
What do you think is the difference for these two in terms of trying to find some points?
Yeah, we saw Stratman and Arnold do something like we saw right there. Just go high octane. Let's just put so much pressure on that first volley and make them be a little more fiery on what we can do to get going, because at the kitchen line it has not been good. When they've sped it up, it hasn't been from ideal places. So why not you speed it up when you have the advantage on the third ball here?
I guess maybe one of the other solutions could potentially be a switch in sides, maybe a different location in terms of a speed up to look for.
Yeah, the lefty-righty switching sides.
It's not going to go.
Not as good. Wow, look at those hands. That's still going in. The other thing we saw earlier today is we saw the choice to isolate a player. So if they just wanted to say, all right, we're going to make Dylan Frazier hit all the dinks for a while and see how that goes, and see if we can get JW's focus just a little bit off. So that's something they could consider here as well.
Second serve.
It's a great read from Tellez there.
7-2-2.
How does he know that's coming? What's the look?
He's looking down. The minute the guy's paddle goes, the head goes down, that's your time to go. Because if they see you out of the corner of your eye, you're going to get beat from where you left. So perfect read of the head. Sometimes you're reading the paddle, sometimes you're reading the person's head. Watch those eyes.
Second serve.
Yeah, that's going to get so frustrating. You feel like you have a good look, and the net cord just takes it away from you.
Yeah, you should get Julian Arnold's number so they can text about everything.
Point.
Again, another
3-7-2.
upping the pace when they're serving it, driving and coming in.
Side out.
Yeah,
What a dink.
Pablo did not like the bounce there at all, or lack thereof.
7-3-1.
Stealing the time away was JW Johnson. Took that out of the air.
Second serve.
No one spins their paddle more than
7-3-2.
Dylan Frazier. That thing is in constant movement.
Point.
Some players like myself like to play only one side of the paddle, where you hold just for a forehand. Can't do it if you're spinning the paddle that much.
Another Ernie for Staksrud. I guess it's comparable to maybe changing out your tires. Spinning those, rotating up.
Exactly, yeah, let's get those on balance.
Even wear and tear of the paddle. JW Johnson creating space.
And speeding up off the bounce. And just to finish that, what I mean by is the forehand is always being held the same grip. So some people like to do that. Others are just spinning and having fun out on a pickleball court. And this is just very comfortable so far, which is not ideal for Staksrud and Tellez. They've tried to speed it up, which can make people uncomfortable, but that just hasn't worked either. Another miracle shot stays in.
No way. JW Johnson with the 9th point.
I mean,
he's
they're
well
done.
outside the frame.
9-3-1.
Seriously? Only J-Dub.
Point.
And after something like that, then you try to do a little too much because you're like, what do I got to do to hit a winner? And you pull it wide, and we're at game point again here. Quickly, Cam.
Ten, 3-1. Second serve.
Good hands for Staksrud. And it's funny, I love watching the reactions from these guys. Dylan Frazier was almost like they planned that. Like, we're just going to go straight at Fed right there. Challenge him for this last one.
Point
Oh,
game.
no.
And instead, it's a missed return that gets them the 11th point. So 11-6, 11-3. Frazier and Johnson off to a hot start.
Welcome back, everybody. You don't want to miss this incredible pickleball action, so we're even giving you extra incentives. So just subscribe to the channel. You'll never miss any. If we hit 50,000 subscribers by March 22nd, everybody that enters the contest you just saw gets a free grounds pass to any PPA Tour event. All those prizes from all our great partners. Go subscribe, everybody, and then you won't miss the epic pickleball that we are seeing on this tour. And today has been something else. You want to talk about epic? We almost had the ladies beat the men. We had a 97-shot rally last week in the men's final. Earlier today, 94 in the women's doubles final.
Whoa.
3 less.
Side out.
Here in the men's doubles final, if you're just joining us, Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson facing off against Federico Staksrud and Pablo Tellez. Third game action here. First two going the direction of the 4 seed.
0-0-2. Side out. 0-0-1. Second serve.
Second serve now for Federico Staksrud and Pablo Tellez.
And Frazier's like, seriously, you're going there? Smiles back at him.
How did he do that with his wrist?
Just such a wicked angle with the way he pronates that out there and then sweeps up the side of the ball so you get the angle and the side spin, Cameron. Special, special skill.
Second serve.
Trying to take that cross court. Federico Staksrud did some effort to get out of the way.
Yeah, he was definitely beat because he was leaning into the middle of the court, but you know the margins are thin to be able to keep a ball inside the sideline, and that one sailed just wide.
Point.
Ball out of bounds for Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson. Both have some strong mothers in their family who are a big part of the pickleball world in terms of their world. Dylan Frazier's mom, Cindy, introduced him to the game of pickleball, as well as, of course, Julie Johnson, a senior pro.
0-1-1.
Great player.
Second serve.
Quick from J.W. Johnson.
And just so under control with that. Just little flick, right pace.
He goes from blocking to countering. J.W. Johnson with a sly smile.
I'm smiling, Fed is smiling, and J-Dub's got the Cheshire Cat smile going. He's like, you're going to go there twice in a row? Come on, man.
Second serve. One, 0-2. Side out.
So if you're going to make a move, Staksrud and Tellez, they need a game
0-1-1.
here.
Second serve.
Yeah, just struggling to get any sort of rhythm. They had a little burst of that when they went all octane, driving every third. That was short-lived.
One, 1-2. Side out.
And a missed dink from Tellez. Again, gets so tough in some of those longer dink rallies. I was catching up with Kyle McKenzie just about this yesterday, and he talked about just how tough it is mentally to stay in some of those dink rallies. You're constantly fighting yourself in that regard.
And especially if you're the one that's getting 1 out of every 8 balls and your partner's getting them all. So then suddenly there's a ball in front of you and you have to keep a ball safe.
Missed dink from Federico Staksrud. And so often we talk about efficient footwork. We always say Ben Johns with some of the most efficient footwork. But you look on the other side, Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson are also doing a really nice job in that regard. And I think there's something to be said about feeling comfortable on just about every side of your body and in every contact. A lot of people will see work around to find the inside in or inside out forehand, which has its own disguise. But if you can create disguise and pace and location on both sides of your body,
you're a special player.
Yeah, you got to feel like you've had a bit of an advantage, right?
No doubt about it. And there's, you know, the people, especially the ladies that have the two-handed backhand that they feel really good about, could then roll it. They feel good with it close to their body with the one hand. It's you even see Annalie Waters, who is the tippy top of our game, is now working on the one-handed roll because she's comfortable everywhere else. So let's find a new place.
But especially, I think, in those hands battles, too, you have two like Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson. They're not really having to shift that often in terms of those hands battles to find one side of their body or the other. They just are comfortable keeping the paddle in front of them and finding both sides.
And that's just special skill right there, because you see so many players now. Oh, my, look at this.
Again, you can go after them, but they're awfully comfortable.
Some just want to protect one side, and, you know, that works for them. But this is, you know, cream of the crop pros right here. Because usually little swing of the paddle as it went by Jada. Boy, he's smiling a little bit more in this match, too. And why wouldn't you? 11-6, 11-3, 5-2 on a championship Sunday.
5-2-1.
Trying to get his partner his first PPA title. They earned one there.
Nice job by Tellez of reaching in there and not letting somebody get away. That's the other mental part of this is, are you focused enough to be able to pull the trigger when you unexpectedly get one that is attackable?
Side out.
Really nice job pulling that paddle across the ball there, keeping it nice and flat.
2-5-1. Point.
3-5 off the missed return.
3-5-1.
Same thing, Dylan Frazier. I was going to say Federico Staksrud and Pablo Tellez. I was so impressed. Not one of those dinks went to the same location twice, really moving the ball around.
3-5-2.
And then got to just trigger happy. It's so hard against this team. You want to do something more, but they want you to as well. That's bad news. Willpower from Staksrud there.
Off the bounce, two-handed. Watch out, he's got some new shots coming.
I want to see more of that. He pulled the trigger a couple times yesterday on the forehand side as well. That will change everything because then there's nowhere safe to put the ball.
Second serve.
Stuck on 5 for a while here, Frazier and Johnson.
5-3-2. Side out.
These two teams do have experience playing alongside their partners. That also goes a long way in terms of continuity.
3-5-1.
Yeah, you haven't seen too many whose ball is it issues. One in the middle earlier for Pablo, and oh my, look at that spin.
Second serve.
But you know, you expect that's why do Ben and Colin went obviously insanely talented, but they also no wasted movement. They know where a ball's going to go, and if a ball's in a specific spot, they know where their partner's expected to hit it. That is massive.
Side out.
Most players are a half point better off their own ball than off their partner's ball because you know where you hit the ball and what could come from that, whereas you get surprised from your partner a lot of the time. Another miracle from Jay. Dub there, no.
5-3-2. Lit. 5-3-2. Point.
Even if you think you got J-Dub, all of a sudden Dylan closes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They know that if the fight starts and their hands are just forward, they're pretty quiet, and they can get the paddle pretty much anywhere.
Point.
And their paddle hold positions are actually quite different. You see Dylan's is up a little more. J-Dub's is low.
Yeah, but I also like to look at their posture. Look at how upright J-Dub's chest is. It actually allows him to create a lot of pace on some of those counter punches as well, because the paddle can come that much further into your body.
Side out.
Finally get off 5, get a couple there.
3-7-1. Second serve.
They just don't seem to have an answer for. I mean, at this point, I would say let's put the forehands on the outside and just see if we can work that out. It creates a different dimension, but just something different.
Point.
There's something to look at. Pablo Tellez, 4-7.
4-7.
That's a really nice roll under control. Now, can that be the difference? Tay has a couple of balls where he was in deep trouble and showed the hands that he is capable of showing out there.
5-7-2. Side out.
Again, looking for the shake and bake. I talked to Fed after singles day and asked him just how his body was feeling. You know, it's been a lot of pickleball. He said, yes, it's been a lot of pickleball. Maybe I'll go ice bath. And by ice bath, I just mean jump in the snow. Wonder if ever took me up on the idea.
Certainly had many snowbanks he could jump into in the Minnesota area, so we'll have to find out.
Second serve.
Yeah, the cold bath's all the rage now for recovery. Not for this guy, but others.
You mean you don't do that on a Monday after a tournament?
Yeah, no. Put our voices in a cold bath.
Point.
Again, J-Dub just dropping one after another. It's 9-5 now. Frazier and Johnson are just getting that much closer.
9-5-2. Side out.
Side out, Staksrud and Tellez, 5-9.
5-9-1. Second serve.
And you saw what makes Fed so good there, singles coming in. The problem is you have a stationary target waiting for that attack, and that's just going to be a problem.
Point.
Wow, that stayed in over there.
Just in the corner for Pablo Tellez. Make it 6-9.
6-9-2. Point.
Okay. Unwinding the stack, drive it to where they're running. You're within two. I mean, this is go time.
7-9-2. Side out.
You speed up, the recoil has to be that much faster against Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson. 9-7.
Yes, Tellez thought he had a clean winner there, and it was back on him in a millisecond.
Point.
10-7, Frazier and Johnson. Now looking at a championship point. Would be Dylan Frazier's first on the Carvana PPA Tour. And just to the baseline, Dylan Frazier with the counter winner. Champions in Minnesota.
I mean, the last point is symbolic of the entire match. It's, we're going to just wait you out, and when you want to speed it up, we will be ready. And here it comes, and there it goes. That's a great win for the youngsters. They have been knocking on the door for a while. They've had the Johns brothers in trouble. They'd never beaten Matt and Riley before. They did that, and now they're mining for gold, and they got that gold.
We have one more championship match in store from the Vulcan Indoor National Championships.
Welcome back to Championship Court, where I'm standing with J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier that just secured the gold for the Vulcan Indoor National Championships. Give them a round of applause, guys. How do you feel?
Very good. I mean, very excited. This is our first title, me and Dylan in the PPA, and I thought we played very well. And I also want to say congratulations to Fed and Pablo. They played an unbelievable tournament, made it to the finals, which is their first time in the PPA, so congratulations to them too.
Down the middle, does that make your strategy hard to figure out?
Them having 2 forehands. Yeah, no. Lefty-righty combos are tough. I think they're pretty strong, but we usually have a game plan going into it, and we stuck with it, and it worked there for us. I also want to say congrats to Fed and Pablo. They're good friends of ours. I think a lot of players and people were maybe surprised to see him here in the final, but I think I can speak for J-Dub and I both that we weren't surprised to see him here in the final. We've been playing with him a lot these last few tournaments, just practicing, and we knew they had what it takes to get here, and they've been playing really well, so congrats to them.
I don't know if my eyes were deceiving me, but I saw a little bit of more energy from you guys this match. What made you guys perk up?
Well, first of all, if it's playing our friends Pablo and Fed, I mean, we're all really good friends, and well, afterwards, I was telling Dill during the match I wanted my boba, so it was time to step it up so I can go get it.
Congrats, guys, and I'm gonna have Lucia from Vulcan Pickleball present the trophy for you.
JW, how excited are you that I'm the one giving you this? Are you super excited? I know. Okay, calm down. Anyways, I'm so excited on behalf of Vulcan Pickleball to be presenting this to you guys at the Carvana PPA Tour. Truly, if it wasn't Jay DeVilliers or my boy Tyler Leung out here, I could not be happier that it's you guys. Job well done.
Congrats, guys. Back to you, Dave.